Malam Farouk has 4 of his children that he educated in Switzerland at the cost of $5 million for their secondary school education alone.
Nigeria's oil and gas sector is once again at the center of a high stakes power struggle as Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, squares off against engineer Farouk Ahmad, the chief executive officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA. At the heart of the controversy is a bitter exchange of allegations, counter-allegations and regulatory decisions that now threatens to reshape public trust in the country's petroleum governance. The tension between both men dates back to 2024 when engineer Farouk Ahmed publicly accused the Dangote petroleum refinery of producing and selling substandard fuel. The allegation was significant. The NMDPRA is the statutory regulator of Nigeria midstream and downstream petroleum sector, and the Dangote refinery, with a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day, is one of the largest refining projects in the world and a cornerstone of Nigeria's energy self-sufficiency ambitions. Dangote strongly denied the claim, describing it at the time as unfair, damaging and unsupported, and warning that such statements could undermine investors' confidence in Nigeria.
Nigerians have all had only one side of the argument. We've been bombarded, abused, accused, maligned, but we're not heard. So just like the Honorable Minister said, it is an opportunity for Nigerians to hear from the side of not only Farouk Ahmed, but NNDPRA.
The 2025 bombshell. The feud reignited dramatically in December 2025 when Dangote escalated the dispute and a far more explosive accusation. He alleged that the NMDPRA CEO had abused public funds, claiming that engineer Farouk Ahmed spent $5 million on school fees for his children in Switzerland. Dangote further accused the regulator of economic sabotage, alleging that the approval of massive petrol imports undermines local refining, including his Lagos-based refinery, and drains Nigeria's foreign exchange. While these claims remain allegations, they struck a nerve in a country grappling with high fuel prices, forex scarcity, and deep public frustration over elite privilege.
We're taxpayers. When people are complaining, we also complain, because the issue is that, yes, when I pay tax, I want to see that my money is being put to use, not to be stolen. But today, as we speak, the S, I don't know what is the, that is the authority chief executive, Malam Farouk. Malam Farouk has 4 of his children that he educated in Switzerland at the cost of $5 million for their secondary school education alone, not university. And I know that one of them just finished Harvard. So I want to now see what kind of system are we operating that, people are now busy destroying a country, taking money from the government. Because when you look at his income does not match paying this kind of fees. I think even if it's me paying $5 million for 6 years for my 4 children, the taxman has to look at my taxes, how much I paid. And really, this sort of thing, we're not going to allow it to continue. We'll take it up to the highest authority so that they will look at it. People who have done something wrong must be prosecuted. It must be prosecuted, because there is actually no way where somebody will now come. I mean, today, from where he comes from, Sokoto, people are struggling to pay 100,000 naira for school fees of secondary school. And a lot of children are at home, not going to school because of 100,000 naira.
Why all this matters? This is not just a personal clash. It's the systemic confrontation between Africa's biggest industrialist, whose refinery promises to end fuel import dependency, and Nigeria's petroleum regulator, whose decision directly affects market access, pricing, and imports. Critics argue that the continued fuel import contradicts Nigeria's push for domestic refining. Supporters of the regulator, however, insist that imports are necessary to stabilize supply and to protect consumers. The bigger picture is the Dangote Farouk feud exposes a deeper fault lines in Nigeria's oil sector. It calls for a look into the transparency in regulatory leadership, accountability in public office, the balance between regulation and industrial growth, the politics of fuel imports versus local production. As of now, the allegations have not been judicially tested and no official findings have been made public. What to watch out next? 4. Will the NMDPRA respond directly to the claims? Will the allegations trigger investigations? And can Nigeria's oil sector withstand another trust-shaking controversy? One thing is clear. This battle is far from over, and its outcome should redefine the future of fuel regulation and refining in Africa's largest economy.